What's up, YouTube? Back at it again. It's your man, the Gypsy, Chucky Brown. All right. All right. So today, first of all, start out. Shout out to my man Sean Regadio, my man S Rags, I call him. Bolt up. So I'm repping the Chargers for him. Happy birthday to my guy. All right. A lot of good stuff to talk about today, of course. Just ready to get it on. All right. It's Friday. Hope everybody have a great weekend. Now it's been blazing hot out there, so stay hydrated, all that good stuff. All right. Okay, started off today. Good stuff. All right. Grant Hill will join the NCAA Board of Governors. Great thing, I think. I think that more um, former college athletes. Anytime I see a former basketball player or former college athlete getting back involved with the NCAA, I think it's a great thing. So shout out to Grant Hill for getting involved and trying to make things better. I think Grant Hill will make things better because when you have people that haven't actually been through what college athletes have been through, they don't know. Everybody thinks it's easy. But playing a college sport is not an easy thing. I don't care if you're playing golf. I don't care if you're playing tennis, soccer, whatever it is, basketball or football, whatever it is, whatever college sport it is, it's a tough thing to do. And football and basketball seem to be um, the main ones that people concentrate on because they're the money makers. Let's call it what it is. They're the ones that bring in the big money. Alabama football, Ohio State football, they bring in a lot of money. North Carolina, University of North Carolina basketball, bringing a lot of money for the school. Kentucky basketball, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great thing that Grant Hill is getting involved in something like that, along with Condoleezza Rice. I think he can help out a lot. All right. Next thing. All right, question for everybody. Like I said, drop a comment, like, dislike, subscribe, whatever you want to do. All right. I'm having fun here, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this from now on. Um, will the big man ever return back to the NBA game? I asked this because a guy like Taco Fall, 7'6", back in the day, NBA teams would have clamored over a guy that was that big, even if he couldn't play. Taco Fall can play. But will the NBA big man, with the way the game is, where everybody's shooting threes, you look at Robin Lopez, Robin Lopez, big guy. Um, and I'm sure a lot of guys don't want to deal with him in the paint. Now he shoots a lot of 3-point shots, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't post up as much, uh, doesn't look like to me. But I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing. But will the NBA ever bring the big man back? I think eventually. This is just my opinion. I think one day. But what has to happen is an NBA team, like say if the Celtics play Taco Fall a lot, he comes in and helps them win a championship. Now every other team will be trying to get a big. You know what I'm saying? So every other team, because the NBA, trust me, I know what I'm talking about with this. The NBA is a copycat league, just like you saw how Golden State flourished from the 3-point line. Now what's everybody doing? Everybody trying to shoot threes now. So if some team happens to have a big man that becomes dominant and they win a championship, the big man will come back into the game. All right, I promise you that. All right, so that's my thought on that. All right, now funny stuff here. Steven Jackson, my man Stack, um, went at Ryan Hollins and Damon Jones for some comments they made about Steph Curry having more to prove in the NBA this upcoming season than James Harden has to prove. So Stack didn't like that. So he went after him and said, Stack said that, he said, if you didn't even average 10 points for a career, then you shouldn't be talking about basketball on television, right? Okay. Now, I think my best season might have been 10 or 11. So I'm going to talk about basketball, Stack. I'm going to talk about basketball, but I'm going to change the requirement for Stack. All right. The requirement for you to be able to talk about basketball on television should be you 10 years plus in the league. How about that? How about that, Stack? Let me know if you see this, Stack. Holla at your boy. But because I don't think Kendrick Perkins averaged 10 points ever, but I think he does a good job. And what he says is pretty truthful. Now, I watch a lot of these shows. I hadn't watched a whole lot of them, but I'm gonna start watching more of them. And this is actually why I started this, because I get tired of seeing them say their opinion, and sometimes I disagree with it. So I'm like, well, damn, I need to get my opinion out there too. So this is part of the reason why I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? To get my opinion out there. I don't like the guys that that might have a friend. Um, that they don't want to say nothing bad about. Like, it does seem like my man D Jones, I know Damon for a long time now. It does seem like D Jones is a homer, like he don't want to say nothing about LeBron. It does seem like that. I'm not saying it's true, but it does seem like that. And Ryan Hollins has just been catching it. He's been catching it on the internet. If you look him up, people supposedly signing petitions to get him out of there. But everybody, I don't know, every network seems to like to have that devil's advocate kind of thing. I'm not really a fan of the devil's advocate. I want somebody to talk and give it to me, give me that real to real. So probably the best compliment I've gotten since I've been doing this is that, yo, man, you keep it 100, keep doing what you're doing. I like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best compliment I can get. So if Ryan Hollins is keeping it 100, if Damon is keeping it 100, all right, keep doing what you're doing. But people are listening. And of course, everybody's not going to like what you do. But if you doing what you do, and you like what you do, and you believe in what you do, keep doing it. I know there's a lot of dudes there, but keep doing it. All right. So, okay. Next thing, Magic Johnson. Again, my man Magic, partners with Grambling University to elevate campus dining, which I think is great. His company is called Sodexo Magic, and it's a dining service. So they have put they includes a deal, $6.1 million of renovation to the dining facilities, creating new on-campus restaurants offering 24-hour dining. I think this is a great thing. Magic, Magic, the Starbucks, the Magic Johnson's theaters, the Magic Johnson's Fridays out there in LA. I think it's a great thing that Magic's doing. I mean, I know Magic was in the news for the thing with Rob Pelinka and the Lakers, and probably the best thing that they did was just let it ride, because Magic had to get on and defend himself, which he should have. And I'm a Magic Johnson fan, so I think Magic's doing a great thing. He's trying to bring business to community. He's tried to bring business to communities that a lot of companies don't want to come to. A lot of times when you go, and I mean, this is just what it is. You go to, the black community, you'll see like McDonald's, Burger King, with Hardee's. Where the Chick-fil-A at? You know what I'm saying? We eat Chick-fil-A too. So where the Chick-fil-A at? So you don't really see Chick-fil-A there. You know what I'm saying? So you might see a Wendy's. But there are a lot of restaurants that don't come into, those communities and don't help bring money into those communities to help build them up. And I think Magic has tried to do that, which is a great thing. So, Magic has teamed up with Grambling, and maybe this thing will catch wildfire and maybe do this on many other campuses that don't have that. Now, I've spent time on campus at Wake Forest, and Wake Forest has, a Moe's on campus. They have, all kinds of other, like, they got a Starbucks. They got a couple of Starbucks on the campus, So I think this will be a great thing, that Magic is doing. And, Chef G. Garvin, I don't know if you watched BET back in the day, but I used to love G. Garvin, and he had his show for like 7 seasons. He'll be preparing new menus and stuff like that for the kids. So if you remember G. Garvin, he's going to be a part of this thing in Grambling. So this thing should be big. So they're going to have an app that you could order takeout, and you could order for 24 hours, special orders. And they're even having they're having special menus for people with allergies because there are a lot of people out there that they can't eat everything. Some people have peanut allergies. Some people have the gluten allergies. So I'm fortunate and blessed enough that I don't have to deal with that stuff. But you have stuff out there like that. Um, and also they took a poll, I guess, of restaurants that what would you like to see come here? And the number one restaurant was Chick-fil-A. They want Chick-fil-A to, come through. So, that's what I'm saying. So that's a good thing. So it'll be interesting to see. And I know like even like at NC State, when I was at NC State, we had one little restaurant in the student center. Now you go in there, they got an ice cream shop. They've got a couple of sub places. They got a little affordable steak restaurant, a nice Asian restaurant. It's all kinds of options for the students to come in and have. And, it's not just, that one thing. So kudos to Magic Johnson. Let's hope this thing catches fire. You know what I'm saying? So I like that idea. Um, what else we have here? Okay. James Harden, another thing. I always talk about athletes getting into business, being, and also being politically aware of what's going on. So James Harden buys ownership stake in the MLS Houston Dynamo and guarantees the city an NBA title. He also has taken a stake in the NWSL, which is the National Women's Soccer League. We have one of those here, the Carolina Courage, the Houston Dash. So, I mean, James Harden is laying a stake in Houston. He's putting a flag down. This is where I want to be. I want to stay here. I don't want to go nowhere else. So, and they got to pay him a lot of money, so he probably won't go anywhere else. But he has an ownership stake in those teams. Guaranteed the city a NBA title very very soon, and also purchased an ownership stake in BBVA Stadium, which is where those teams play. So, I mean, what else can you say? I think that's great. I think these athletes today, they make me so proud to have been a professional athlete. And I just love what they're doing, man, because I know back in the day, like I said, it wasn't a whole lot of us, having outside business ventures when pretty much that was the time you should have an outside business venture because everybody want to get to you and see you, you know what I'm saying? So I know myself, I didn't do a whole lot of business ventures, but I did a lot of speaking and stuff like that to bring in extra money, camps and stuff like that to bring in extra money, have extra spending money. But, like guys like James Harden, guys like Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, you got other business. Those are the things you have to do when you're hot. Even though I may not agree with Shaq on his political stance, I think Shaq, the business ventures that he's taken on, it seems like, everything Shaq touches, he does well at, Magic. Even like back in the day, it was only like Dr. J. I remember Dr. J, I think he had something to do with Pepsi, it was. He bought Pepsi or Coke, or one of those drinks. He jumped into, but a lot of guys, that's the time to do it when you're playing is when a lot of doors are open. So like back one of my first shows, I said, don't let basketball define who you are. You know what I'm saying? Use basketball to take you to other places. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's what James Harden is doing. I think that's what Shaq, Kobe. I mean, many other guys have business things going. Andre Iguodala, he has, a nice business portfolio. I mean, there's so many to name that I could name that are not on top of my head right now. But former athletes doing that is just such a great thing. I'm proud of James Harden. Keep doing your thing. Met the guy one time. Well, I met him more than one time, but he may not remember me, but that's fine. But we met him a couple times. But it's a great. I mean, LeBron. LeBron doing the school, doing the movie thing. You're gonna have the haters come in there and say, well, LeBron, his basketball game, blah blah blah. LeBron still averaged like 28. 10 rebounds, whatever it was, still, numbers that are astronomical that not just anybody can average. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, kudos to those guys, man. Keep doing your thing and don't let anybody stop you. And to the future athletes, you know, always get involved in other things while you're playing. And these guys make enough money um, to where they can do other things as long as they, stay up on your craft, keep that going. But you do have time to do other ventures. You do have time. So kudos to James Harden. Kudos to H-Town. I played with the Rockets. One of my favorite teams, if not the favorite team that I played for. Text my man Clyde yesterday. I text Clyde yesterday. Funny story. Got to leave with this. Text Clyde yesterday. So somebody told me it was his birthday. So I text Clyde, say, happy birthday, Clyde. You know what I'm saying? He texts me back, man, my birthday was June 22nd, but thanks anyway. So I'm like, all right, man, my bad. Somebody told me it was yesterday or today. So yeah, man, but even like Clyde had restaurant. I think they still have Drexler's Barbecue. So when he was playing, Clyde had a restaurant. So back in the day, your Dream had other things. People don't know Dream owned probably half of downtown Houston before the explosion. And I remember one day in the locker room sitting with Dream and talking to him. He was like, the city came to me and wanted to offer me $10 million for the property. I said, nah, I'll hold on to it. So now, Dream had owned, I don't know what he got. I didn't ask, what I'm saying? But Dream, held on to that property. And, it's just good to do other things, is my point. So kudos to those athletes, man. Keep doing your thing. And again, this is your man, the Gypsy, representing the Chargers today for my man Sean Regadio. Happy birthday, my man. S. Rags, happy birthday, my guy. We was in Vegas that time trying to find something to eat late at night, hanging out together. But, happy birthday. Hey, be nice. Have a great weekend. Again, stay hydrated. Live your best life. All right? Be nice. It don't take much. All right? Peace.